let me welcome you to my channel. Before we begin the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this post. On Wednesday, WWE Raw, Liv Morgan is going to betray Dominik Mysterio in order to align herself with her real-life ex-boyfriend, the Judgment Day. According to a wrestling veteran, has a significant defect due to the fact that Rhea Ripley and Damon Priest were to be expelled. Arrangements have been made with Liv Morgan. Over her lifetime, she worked with a number of stars, includes Finn Balor and AJ. In the presence of Lady, there are also Rocco and Rhea Ripley styles. Mr. Rodriguez now, Morgan is in a situation where she is partnership with the Day of Judgment, and both. It's difficult to give Dominik Mysterio credit. Imagine that she will continue to be with this stable during a considerable amount of time after she loses the women's title of champion. Morgan is not the same as Rhea Ripley. She was not the right person to oversee Day of Judgment, and in the event that she is not able to maintain her title, returning to Rhea, she has the option of jumping ship and then once again set out to create something new by herself. The experiences that Liv Morgan has had a number of significant changes over her life. There was a time when she was attached to her profession, to the Barbarian, despite the fact that this alliance had never been investigated in the present-day women's. Considering that champion is highly familiar with Bo Dallas, it had been stated that the couple had been deceased over a period of time and even had a farm of their own. Prior to Morgan's recent arrival, couple disclosed the fact that she was solitary. He is now playing the character of Uncle Howdy. It is possible that the leader of Wyatt 6 is encouraging Morgan, who has been a victim of change. 2. I am really enamored with Chucky and horror films. After a considerable amount of time, the women's world, Mysterio might be betrayed by champion in order to align, balancing it out with her ex-boyfriend from her actual life. In addition, it would be fascinating to observe her explore a new area of interest. Morgan, on the other hand, will continue to deceive Dominik Mysterio on the Raw version of WDN. The majority of couples and tag teams in WWE typically end up causing even the USOs to become divided. Keep your relationship going for longer than a decade, have taken their own paths, therefore it's not a problem. A high probability that in the end, Mysterio and Morgan is going to break up. It's not obvious if Theo's that has the necessary lifespan to continue their connection in the event that Morgan is unable to find her championship of the world for women. If they continue to, isn't it going to be just another justification for Morgan in order to reimagine herself and start again? An additional stage in her professional life now that one of the most famous people in the world is now her. In the business, Liv Morgan could be able to finally betray Dominik on the WWE platform television and will serve as the starting point for a fresh chapter, but only time will tell what happens next. In the event that this occurs, the Judgment will. The most recent version of Day's WWE Raw has attempted to putting a mark on the brand is the finest option when the group had turned against the Priest of Damon, as well as Rhea. Recently, Jim Cornette brought to Ripley's attention that last month there was a significant flaw in the group. The audience was presented with a whole different rendition. Regard the Judgment Day as the new leader of the group. Iteration asserts that it does not have any leaders, would watch over each and every member at all times. Additionally, the organization is in possession of the planet. They were victorious in the Tag Team Championship. Liv, who holds the title of Women's World Champion, June's assistance from Morgan. Speaking on the official Jim Cornette in the year 2024, this is how the wrestling veteran responded to the gang that followed the WV Bash in Berlin. A veteran brought to light a significant problem and assert that the group does not own any stars. That really sticks out. I don't notice the same thing. Performer in the ensemble or the person in charge of it. However, Finn Balor is the seasoned member of the group. In my opinion, he is either the second or third largest. Among the members of the group, there is always going to be a collection among them. Cornette, a star in the band, said, I am aware. While there is a group present, I would want to view the major star in the group that a lot of people can recognize. At the very least, the relationship that the Damon Priest had, the cornet portraying a towering presence. Damian Priest and Rhea, on the other hand, stated the victory was achieved by Ripley against the Judgment. 1 month ago, Day on WW had a party in Berlin. A poll was made by Dominik Mysterio and Finn Balor, a move that might result in a game-changing outcome as Rhea Ripley and Damon were both deceived by them. On the day of the most important party, the Priest, during the course of the summer in Ohio, the revised iteration was shown, and the product was. Terror Twins were dissatisfied with the manner in which their relationship with the faction came to an end. The management decided to give the two of them a mix, competing against Dominik Mysterio in a tag team bout. Liv Morgan, in addition to, without respect to the faction's position, Berlin, many different efforts to put an end to the horror. The identical twins, Rhea Ripley and Damon Priest, manifested in Berlin and emerged victorious against the DU, the location where Ripley gained control of after the competition, the Women's World Champion, in an effort to get the upper hand, the Judgment Day, hand on the pair, but they were unable to do so. Whilst Rhea Ripley is given another opportunity to win the championship, the Priest, who was present at Liv Morgan's championship, intensely bent on acquiring possession of Finn Balor till you reach the Raw stage.